Hello guys and welcome. If this is your first time here, I'm Arahi and I absolutely love makeup, but ooh la 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 la, I adore fragrances. So in today's video, I'll be sharing with you my most recent purchase. I purchased 5 different fragrances and I'll be giving you a little bit of information about each, sharing the notes and letting you know how they each make me feel. If that sounds like a plan to you, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, so I am starting in no particular order with just one of the fragrances that I've picked up. Now, this is a fragrance that I've wanted for quite some time. I have heard so many great things about it, and it is BDK Pas Ce Soir. Just so you get an idea of how beautiful this is packaged, there's the fragrance. Let me share with you some of the notes that I picked up on this one. So, the notes on this fragrance are black pepper, ginger, mandarin, pear, Moroccan jasmine, Keen's chutney, and orange blossom. This is a fragrance that from my using it for the past couple of weeks, I can honestly tell you that I would use this all year. And then I went on Fragrantica.com and it does say that you could use it all throughout, the year, but that it's more adept for like the spring and summer seasons. Personally, I can see myself using this all year round. It is an exquisite, exquisite fragrance. All right, guys, so let's take a sniff of this beauty. I have to tell you guys, this fragrance, the first person that I heard talk about this fragrance is Demi Rawling. And if you've never visited her channel and you are a fragrance lover, you are definitely missing out on an incredible, incredible channel. So I'll make sure to leave it in the description box below for you to go and check her out. But she talked about this as being one of her favorite BDK fragrances. And of course, you guys know, if you're a fragrance lover, that BDK is mostly known for its Gris Chanel. It's Gris Charnel fragrance. But she absolutely talked very highly about this fragrance. And she was absolutely right. So, let me tell you what this smells like to me. So we know what the notes are, but this to me smells like a boss lady. It's like a boss lady who's not afraid to show her softer side, that sensual, softer side. This is someone who is very modern, very open-minded. Yeah. Just an air of sophistication, just a beautiful, beautiful fragrance for a very confident and sexy lady. That's what this smells like to me. The projection that I get from this is really, really incredible. I did watch several reviews before deciding to just take the plunge and purchase this fragrance. And, some people were referring to it really not lasting long, but on me, I get a good 4 to 6 hours when I apply this fragrance. And I wouldn't say that people can smell me from a distance, but I would say like within 1 to 2 feet, people definitely know that I'm wearing this fragrance. So yeah, this is BDK Pas Ce Soir. The next fragrance that I picked up, guys, is a fragrance that everybody is raving about. Everybody on YouTube and Instagram has been talking and talking and talking about this fragrance, and I just had to try it. And oh boy, is it true? The hype is absolutely true, guys. So this one is from Thameen, and as you can see, it's a beautiful box. And then you just pull this, and let me show you. There is the fragrance. And let me tell you the notes of this fragrance. So this is inspired by the largest diamond in the world. It's supposed to be a heart-shaped diamond. And some of the notes are saffron, vanilla, tonka beans, coconut, orris fruit, amber, and white musk. This for me is definitely an all-year fragrance, and I would definitely use it day and night. I wouldn't say that it's like a very sexy date night fragrance, but if you're going out in the evening or you're going out at night and it's not like a date night type of situation, I think it's the perfect fragrance. And of course, if you want to make it a date night fragrance, you just have to layer it with more of a potent fragrance. There's just a very smooth touch to the smell of this fragrance. And let's take a sniff. Oh, my goodness, yes. This fragrance, guys, is so absolutely beautiful. And look at the magnetic cap. Beautiful. Such a detailed bottle. Look at that. Very, very beautiful. And I absolutely love the color of this bottle. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I absolutely love the color blue. But this fragrance, oh my goodness. This fragrance smells like wealth. That's the best way that I can put it. It smells like someone who is wealthy, someone who is very successful and very, very wealthy. That's what this really gives me. But it's also, I can smell the vanilla, and it's so, so beautiful because it is sweet, but it's not very, very sweet. Just an incredibly beautiful fragrance. And what I love about it, all of those notes are so perfectly blended. This is my first fragrance from Thameen, and it will not be my last. So, Blue Heart from Thameen. Moving on to the next fragrance. And guys, this one, I've been dying to try this fragrance house for the longest time. And this one is from Floraiku, Paris. It comes in this beautiful box, and I initially ordered a discovery set, and I tried so many of their fragrances, but I absolutely fell in love with this one. This one is called Cricket Song. And before I show you the box, which is, oh my goodness, the packaging and the presentation of the bottle is just so, so beautiful, let me share with you the notes of Cricket Song. It is, this is a floral woody musk fragrance. And it has bergamot, magnolia, and vetiver. And it's definitely a fragrance that you can use all year round. But I would say primarily for me, after using it a couple of weeks, I would say spring, summer, and fall primarily. I don't know if I would use this during the winter. If I did use it during the winter, I would definitely layer it again with something a bit more potent. Now, don't get me wrong. The sillage on this fragrance is absolutely wonderful, but I just don't think that it is a fragrance that really goes with winter. I think it's more of a spring, summer, and fall type of fragrance. But anyway, now let me show you. So here is the box, and then you open it, and look at this, guys. Let me show you. So this is the packaging that you get. Isn't that absolutely exquisite, guys? And then you take off this cover. This is a cover. And here you have the fragrance. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous, guys? Now, I do want you to know that this fragrance, all of their fragrances come in two sizes. There's the 50 ml and the 100 ml. I so absolutely fell in love with this fragrance that I decided to pick up the 100 ml. Now, if you're familiar with Floraiku, or you've seen it online, or you've seen other YouTubers talk about it, typically there's the bottle, and this upper part is a bit taller because the 50 ml bottle includes like a travel spray, but because I purchased the 100 ml is why you're seeing this shorter cap, But still, this bottle is stunning, guys. Look at this. Now, let me tell you. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness, my goodness. So, I have been wearing this fragrance nonstop for the last 3 days. And I can tell you, oh, wow. You know, this fragrance, guys, has the most beautiful, beautiful opening. When you first spray it, to me, it opens with like a full, robust bergamot, which I absolutely love. But then as you go into the journey of getting to the body of the fragrance, I start to smell magnolia. And then there's like a citrusy twist to it. There is a hint. There is something in there. I don't know what it is, but it is an absolutely stunning fragrance. It's not just the packaging that is worthy, but the juice in here. Oh my goodness, guys. It's like, yes, absolutely love it. So now we are moving into fragrance number 4. And this fragrance is also an incredibly popular fragrance. I first heard about this fragrance from Sharita. Now, if you have not visited her channel, you have to go check her out. She is incredible when it comes to fragrance reviews. I love the way that she talks about the fragrance and how she just becomes one with the feel of the fragrance, because fragrances do make us feel so many wonderful things. It is a mood changer, and it is definitely so worth applying every morning and just determining how you want to smell for the day. There's an excitement to that. So if you're into fragrances, you're going to love to go and visit Sharita's channel. I will leave it in the description box below for you also. But she was the first person that turned me onto this fragrance. And after that, I typically try and do a lot of research before I even decide to buy a discovery set. But this one was a blind buy. And ooh la 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 la. This was so worth it. So this is FLEUR NARCOTIQUE from the fragrance house Ex Nihilo. I hope I'm not butchering all those names, but if I am, I'm so sorry. So this is how it comes packaged. And of course, guys, this is a sleeve. And you remove the sleeve, of course, and it gives way to this beautiful box. And then you just slide the cover of the box off. And then it has this really, really cute card. And this card, of course, gives you all the information on the notes. So before I tell you how this fragrance makes me feel, let me go ahead and tell you about the notes in this fragrance. So we have bergamot, lychee, peach, jasmine, peony, and orange blossom. So in my notes from using it here, and this one I've had for more than 3 weeks, I wrote here that it is definitely a fragrance that you can use day and night. But the caveat to the night use is if you're looking for a femme fatale type of feel, this is not that type of fragrance. This is an extremely sensual and alluring type of fragrance. They are going to smell you. They are going to notice you. This lasted on me a good probably 5 to 6 hours before, I would have had to respray it. I could smell it on myself. My husband immediately could smell it when I entered the room. So that was awesome. So it was a beautiful sillage on this fragrance. It also has, by the way, guys, wood, moss, and musk. For me, this is definitely a floral fragrance. And let me tell you how it makes me feel. Oh my goodness. So look at this bottle, guys. So see, it has here the name of the fragrance house, but then through the bottle, it's a beautiful transparent bottle. Then it says FLEUR NARCOTIQUE towards the background. Very reminiscent to the Hermes fragrance bottles that tend to be see-through, and then you can see the name of the fragrance towards the back of the bottle. But look at the cap, very, very nicely, very exquisitely done. Just, honestly, the bottle to me is just like the fragrance. It doesn't need a whole lot of hoopla. It just says who it is. This is a very, very elegant. This is like a smooth operator fragrance. This is like the fragrance that you want to put on when you just want to give that feel of like being an interesting type of individual, because all of these fragrances are unisex, guys. I typically go for unisex fragrances because I find that they have more of an edge. It's not that I don't have fragrances that are exclusively for females, but I really, really love unisex fragrances. I have a couple of, women fragrances in my collection, but most of the time I go for unisex. Anyway, so this is definitely, oh my goodness. It is a bit sweet without being too sweet. I can smell the lychee in here, which I absolutely love. Oh, a lychee martini. Oh, it doesn't smell like the lychee martini, guys. It smells like lychee, but oh, it's just so exquisitely smooth. It is like that's the word that keeps coming to my head when I smell this. Oh, you smell smooth. You smell alluring. You just go with the flow of things and everything falls into place for you. This is this type of fragrance. I absolutely love it, love it, love it. This to me is a safe blind buy. As a matter of fact, I think all of these fragrances, as long as you like the notes on these fragrances, all of these fragrances are safe blind buys. Except for the one that I'm going to talk about next. And it's just because of one note that if you don't like that note, it's just, But these other fragrances have been blended really well, including the one that I'm about to talk about. It's just that there's a very prominent note in the next fragrance that I'm going to talk about, guys. So this next fragrance is a very, very, very special fragrance in my collection. So this is Ambrosia Imperiale. And this fragrance, look at this packaging, guys. And this is so, so heavy. This is definitely the ultimate luxury. I mean, honestly, I can compare this with like a Fragrance du Bois packaging or some of the high-end Middle Eastern fragrances that I've picked up on my travels to the Middle East, which I'll share in another video. And those fragrances bring their own boxes, and I store them in a specific shelf in my dressing room, just in their box, but opened so that you can see them. It's really, really beautiful. But this, guys, oh my gosh. So let me talk to you about this fragrance. This fragrance is really special, and I want to take the moment to publicly congratulate I the Great, yet another fragrance channel that if you haven't checked Miss Aisha out, you really need to go check her out. Her channel is exquisite. She has a beautiful and extremely, extremely expensive fragrance collection. She is all about smells, all about gourmands. She is really, really incredible. And I am so happy for her because this is her first fragrance. She was the designer, the creative director for this fragrance, and it was just launched about a month ago. We all pre-ordered, and I just received it this past week. And I have used it a couple of days. I even slept with it one night because I absolutely love the smell of this fragrance. But let me show you guys. So this is the sleeve. And I'm going to go ahead and remove the sleeve, and carefully because I don't want to drop this fragrance. And this packaging is so, so heavy. So then you come to this box, and this is in collaboration, obviously, with the fragrance house Navitus. And then you lift the box. So see the cover of the box. And then it has a sleeve, much like with Fragrance Du Bois, and it drops, and then you're able to pull the box where the fragrance is housed. And look, guys, now this is leather, and oh my goodness, the smell of this, it's just absolutely exquisite. And then of course you open it and voila, look at this beauty, guys. So in my closet, I've had it sitting in that shelf where I have all of my Fragrance Du Bois fragrances and my Middle Eastern high-end fragrances, and this is how I have it. So it's always on display. But before I tell you all about this fragrance, let's start with the notes. So the notes of this fragrance are banana, rum, dates, orchid, jasmine, caramel, vanilla, musk, and saffron. Oh my goodness. I have to tell you, this fragrance is everything. And of course, this was a blind buy. I was going to pick this up no matter what. Number one, I really feel an affinity to a lot of the fragrances that she shares on her channel. So of course, I was going to pick this up no matter what. And I also want to support her. But I am so glad that I picked this up with no hesitation. So let me tell you about this fragrance. Whew. Guys, this has got to be one of the best gourmands in my collection. I'm not one of those people that has hundreds of bottles of fragrances. I very much try to keep my collection of fragrances curated, very much so. And this has got to be one of the best gourmands that I've ever smelled. So not just the ones that I have in my collection, but in general, when I've smelled a gourmand or I'm looking for a new fragrance and I send for a discovery set or I go into a store and just smell and smell and smell, this has got to be one of the best ones. But what I wanted to say before when I was talking about the previous fragrance and I referred to this one is the thing about this fragrance, guys, is that it has a very strong note of banana, of rum, and caramel. To me, those are the three notes that stand out immediately. Upon opening, the first thing that you smell is like a soft, creamy banana. That's what I get. But then as the fragrance starts the journey of just bringing you the different notes, I get that boozy rum note, and then I get caramel, and then I get vanilla. Oh my goodness, it is just exquisite. And let me tell you the best part of this. So I got, honestly guys, I had at least 8 hours of full sillage of this fragrance. Like, you could smell it on me. I could smell it on me. I put it on, I was in my dressing room and I came out and my husband immediately said, "What are you wearing? What are you wearing?" And it was this fragrance. I slept with it, and the next day in the morning, I could still smell it on me. So this will get you a minimum of 8 hours, but honestly, guys, it most likely will get you more than 8 hours. And this is the type of fragrance that I think is beautiful for a summer, a spring date night. This is definitely a fragrance that you can use all throughout the year. And I tell you guys, this fragrance transports me. It just makes me so happy. It makes me feel like she would say, it makes me feel like I'm a snack. It definitely makes me feel like I'm something yummy and delicious and worthy of spending your calories on. Anyway, guys, so I would definitely go check out her channel, but you should definitely give this fragrance a try. Like I said before, I'm not sure that this is a safe blind buy because the notes that I mentioned earlier are very prominent. So number one, you have to be into gourmand fragrances. And number two, you must like the banana note, the rum note, the caramel note. If you are into those notes, if you love those notes, please don't even think about it. Just go pick it up and you can thank me later. But anyway, guys, Ambrosia Imperiale. We've come to the end of this video, And to be honest with you guys, I'm waiting for a delivery of yet another fragrance haul. So you can expect another fragrance haul very soon. And I'm also going to put together a couple of videos around some of the basics of fragrances, right? Like how do you know what are the types of fragrances, right? Florals, gourmands, etc. How do you know what type of fragrances you're into? A little bit about notes. So we're just going to talk a little bit about fragrances in general. But of course, as I do that, I will share with you little by little, little sneak peeks of my fragrance collection. Anyway, I hope that this was a very helpful video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you're interested in this type of videos. And as usual, thank you so much for the love and the support. And I will see you in the next video.